The history of humanity is full of extraordinary discoveries that have changed our world forever. Sometimes these were simple ideas, other times complex theories. However, the greatest scientific breakthroughs have always been made by those who dared to think differently and question commonly accepted truths. These were people who risked not only their careers, but often their lives, to push the boundaries of human understanding. Scientists like Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, Alan Turing, and Nikola Tesla have forever etched their names in the pages of history. Their inventions and theories changed our perception of the world, from the principles governing gravity through radioactivity to the invention of computers. What do these brilliant minds have in common? It's their persistence, curiosity, and the courage to follow their own path, even when no one else believed in their ideas. Each of these discoveries revolutionized our reality and had far-reaching consequences that we still feel today. Alternating current, GPS, radioactivity, or artificial intelligence, we owe all these inventions to them. Know them. If you've ever wondered how a single person can change the course of history, then this story is for you. Isaac Newton, gravity's mastermind. Newton shaped modern physics, and his theory stood as the centerpiece of science for nearly 300 years. Young Isaac spent his time mostly in books and mechanical tinkering. His early years were filled with feelings of isolation and the desire to study, but this only laid the foundation for his stellar future. Newton's work wasn't limited to physics, but his most famous contributions certainly came in physics and mathematics. In his work Principia Mathematica, he outlined the laws of motion and universal gravitation, providing a mathematical framework for understanding the physical world, and this would stand right through until Einstein perfected the theory in the early 20th century. Newton's election to the Royal Society in 1672 thrust him into the scientific limelight. However, his rise was not without conflict. A bitter rivalry with German polymath Gottfried Leibniz over the invention of calculus would hurt Newton's reputation for years. It was hard to question agreed scientific understanding even back in Newton's era. Thanks to this man, today we have reflecting telescopes, precision optics, and spectroscopy. And without Newton, modern calculus-based physics and engineering simply wouldn't. While Newton's laws accurately describe most everyday phenomena, they falter at the atomic scale and extremely high speeds or gravitational fields. It would take our second scientists' theories of relativity to extend our understanding beyond Newton's classical mechanics. But it isn't always easy to build on or change what everyone believes is the best understanding of our universe. Albert Einstein, revolutionizing our understanding of space and time. While Newton described gravity as a force between masses, Einstein reimagined it as a curvature of space-time. This shift from classical to relativistic physics was a huge evolution in scientific thought, showing how even long-held theories can be improved upon by new, more comprehensive understandings. At just 5, he was captivated by a compass his father showed him, marveling at the invisible forces that moved the needle in the device. This fascination with the unseen forces that shape our world was at the center of his entire scientific career. At the age of 12, Einstein discovered geometry, which he loved very much, even to the point of calling his little geometry book his Bible. Einstein's journey from obscure patent clerk to global scientific celebrity wasn't as straightforward as you might think it was. His ideas were met with skepticism from the scientific establishment, who still felt Newton's theory on gravity was the only one that was correct. However, Einstein didn't give up, and the undeniable power of his theories eventually won out as the scientific world saw more and more be proven true as more sophisticated tests were developed. Einstein's work laid the foundation for numerous technological advancements we rely on today. Thanks to Einstein, we have GPS satellites, laser technology, and so much more. But it isn't all positive contributions to the world. His famous equation E = mc2 foreshadowed the development of atomic energy and, tragically, the atomic bomb. This destruction was far from Einstein's intention. Marie Curie, pioneering radioactivity and breaking barriers. Not all scientific breakthroughs happen in labs or at cluttered desks. while Einstein revolutionized physics with thought experiments and mathematical models. Marie Curie's approach was more hands-on and experimental. Still, it's hard to argue against the fact that both changed our understanding of the universe, just through different means. In 1898, in a dilapidated shed behind the School of Physics and Chemistry in Paris, Curie made a discovery that would change the course of science. Working tirelessly with her husband Pierre, she isolated a new element from pitchblende ore, an element 400 times more radioactive than uranium. This was the birth of polonium, named after Marie's native Poland, and the start of a new era in our understanding of matter and energy, not to mention the fact that her discovery advanced medical science for years and years to come. Marie's work revolutionized our understanding of matter and energy. Her most significant contributions came through her study of radioactivity, a term she coined herself, and one that has been uttered millions of times since. Marie faced numerous challenges as a woman in science. When the Nobel Committee initially only named Pierre for the 1903 Physics Prize, he insisted Marie be included. Later, her nomination to the French Academy of Sciences was rejected, with one member declaring that women cannot be part of the Institute of France. She could have given up, but Marie had that resilient fire burning within her from her childhood, and as times changed, she would be recognized for her brilliance long after her death. Curie's work laid the foundation for numerous medical and technological advancements. During World War I, she developed mobile X-ray units, nicknamed Petites Curies, to diagnose injuries on the battlefield. Today, her discoveries continue to impact cancer treatment and medical imaging. Without Marie Curie's research, there would be no radiotherapy for cancer treatment, X-ray machines to examine injuries, or radioactive tracers in medicine. Her life's work really has saved millions of lives. Alan Turing, the father of computer science and artificial intelligence healthcare, is one driving factor at the center of scientific discovery. But war often drives science forward in a way nothing else can come close to. Not just with inventions like Marie Curie's portable X-ray. Did you know that computers wouldn't exist if not for one man's mission to break the Nazis' secret code? In a small and normal-looking hut at Bletchley Park during World War II, Alan Turing stood before a complex machine of rotating drums and electrical circuits. This was the Bombay, Turing's incredible invention, a device designed to crack the seemingly unbreakable Nazi Enigma code. The moment he turned it on, it wasn't just a step towards the end of the Second World War, it was the birth of the computer age. In 1936, Turing published On Computable Numbers, introducing the concept of the universal Turing machine. This theoretical device laid the groundwork for all modern computers. Turing once said, "A computer would deserve to be called intelligent if it could deceive a human into believing that it was human." This idea later formed the basis of the famous Turing test for artificial intelligence. And Alan would today no doubt be amazed at the leaps and bounds AI has taken since he conceived the idea almost a century ago. Despite his crucial role in shortening World War II, Turing faced persecution in post-war Britain. In 1952, he was prosecuted for homosexual acts, then a crime in the UK. He chose chemical castration over imprisonment, a decision that likely contributed to his untimely death, and this tarnished his legacy. Luckily, his story has now been retold by cinema, and his life is celebrated for his genius once again. Turing's work continues to impact our daily lives. Thanks to him, computers, including the smartphones in our pockets, and the device you're watching this video on, may not have been invented. AI like ChatGPT might still be science fiction, and cryptography and the security systems that run off it would be a long way behind where they are today. The Turing Award, often called the Nobel Prize of Computing, still goes by his name, recognizing his foundational contributions to the field. Nikola Tesla, the wizard of electricity. When we're talking about the greatest physics minds of the 20th century, Einstein dominates popular culture, but there is one other man whose discoveries were as impactful, albeit in a more practical sense. Only he's largely forgotten to the world today, along with much of his work due to the politics of science. He does live on in the name of Elon Musk's electronic car brand, though. In 1893, at the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, Nikola Tesla stood before a captivated audience. With a flourish, he illuminated a series of phosphorescent light bulbs without any visible wires. This dazzling display of alternating current, or AC, electricity, not only wowed the crowd, but also marked a turning point in the war of currents against Thomas Edison's direct current, or DC, system. Tesla's biggest contribution to science and technology was his work on alternating current electricity. In 1891, Tesla invented the Tesla coil, a high-voltage transformer that could produce high-frequency alternating currents. This invention became crucial in the development of radio technology and is still used in various electronic devices today. Tesla's visionary ideas laid the groundwork for many modern technologies. His concepts of wireless communication predated the development of radio, and his dreams of worldwide wireless power distribution continue to inspire researchers today. AC, current electricity supplies, only exist because of Tesla, and it forms the backbone of the electricity grids that power our world. For that matter, nor would the Tesla coil, an element still used in many electronic devices and machines today. And without Tesla, TV might not even be around, as his work in the field of electronic transmission paved the way for television and radio broadcasts. In all aspects of science, innovation has been driven by those who dare to stand up and defy the norms of our understanding. Those who dare to be ridiculed for what they believe, or in some cases, who they are, and put their life and reputation on the line to help humanity gain a greater understanding of our universe. These minds should be celebrated, and perhaps we should consider how we view those in the future that come along with new and groundbreaking ideas.